good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? My my other phone, my old phone that I usually go live on IG is dead. So had to take my current phone out my pocket and do it on there. Sorry. Give me a minute to tag this. I don't know why we waste my time on this. I don't know if anybody gonna jump on there. But if they do, there it is, it's there. If they decide they want to jump on. Now, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. If this first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, allow me to say welcome. If it's not your first time tuning in to Tim's Tidbits, I still want to say welcome. And I also want to give you a hearty thank you for always tuning in to Tim's Tidbits every single day, hanging out with me, homeboy over my shoulder right over here. His name is Spidey. Sweetie back there in the corner. If you don't know who I am, my name is Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. I get on Algor's internet every single day and talk about the price action. Why do I do this? Want to help somebody like you get your aha moment. That's why. That's the end of the sales pitch. Please like, comment, and subscribe and share. That's all I got. Now, before we get into talking about the price action from today, right? I want to ask you a question. This is a serious question. I know I joke a lot on my channel. I'm a jokester. I'm a silly guy. I can't be serious for longer than 30 seconds at a time. I know this. But in all seriousness, right? First, before I ask this, if you were on this morning's live and you hung around through all of the Tim getting off onto other stuff and you stayed around and you were privy to us actually getting to the point where we was tape reading together, talked about what we wanted to see in the market and watched it as it play out live. If you were here for that, please put a 1 in the chat. If you stuck around for that on this morning's live, please put a 1 in the chat. And while you do that, let me see who's here. Here to learn and share. Of course. I'm starting to think y'all sit around and wait for Here to Learn and Share to comment just so y'all can let her be first. Just so you can let her be first. I'm starting to think that. What's going on, Deborah? What's going on, Lil Hulk? What's going on, Mendez? What's happening, Will? What's going on, KC? What's up, Seawalk? My sweetie in here. Hey, baby. What's up, Rhonda? What's up, Linda? What's going on, Angela? What's up, Trader Mo? Okay, so we got a bunch of ones. Michelle Tucker. What's going on, Michelle? What's up, Connie? What's up, Mags? What's up, Kim? Who else? I think that's it. Yes, I've said everybody. I've said everybody that I see. So, all right, we got a few people that was in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. We got 10 people that said they were privy. They stuck around this morning, or they happened to tap in this morning to get to the point where we were actually reading the tape and talking through. And once we read the tape, went back and talked through what we saw. Now, in all honesty, let me know. I was looking at a video from Mark, trading with a dummy. And this is where this is coming. This is where this is stemming from. He was interviewing this guy who runs a community called Trading Decoded, I think. Trading Decoded, I think it is. And he was talking about how he was working a 9 to 5 and he was trading, and he was like crazy over leveraging, but it happened to work out for him. And it's not realistic to do that. He don't advise nobody to do that. Then he started like sharing what he knew with people, showing them how to do it. And he started running like a Patreon, and the people were like, most people were like, hey, you're not charging enough for this, you need to be charging more. And he was like, he was struggling with the fact, he was like, hey, if this Patreon can make it so that I can leave my job, I would just start doing this full time. And so the people started paying his Patreon, and he went from like $10 a month up to $50 a month, and it was sustaining him. He could do it, right? And then they was like, you need to be charging more for what you're doing. And then he ended up doing like $100 a month for the Patreon. And so my question is, if you had opportunity to be in a paid group, right, where I did what I did today, just walk you through the price and say, hey, this is what price should be doing. This is where you should get in. This is where you should get out. How much would that be worth to you? In all seriousness, put it in the chat. Whatever it is, it don't matter to me. Just how much would that be worth to you on a monthly basis? How much would that be worth to you? Put it in the chat. This is a serious question. It's not a joke. It's not, it's just a serious question. How much would that be worth to you? It was 10 people that said that they saw it. So we should have at least 10 answers. At least 10 answers, because 10 people said they was here. And anybody else, even if you wasn't here, if you just based off of what you see us do every day on the channel, what would that be worth to you on a monthly basis? What would that be worth to you? I'm waiting. I'm looking at the chat. I'm seeing nothing. I see one. 35 to 50. I didn't say name your price. Good question. I don't have an answer though. See 35 to 50. See 100. No. Just put a price. Just put a price. Put a price. Put your price. What would that be worth to you? What would that be worth to you? Let me do this right here. Y'all hurry up and do it, because Robson here, he from the Echo. Slap fool. He from the Echo. Slap fool. Y'all hurry up and do it. Trader move. Seawall. Serious question. Y'all put your answer in there. It's a serious question. Serious question. Deborah RN, she got big money. Deborah is a RN. She got big money. Deborah is really priceless, Tim. Highs. Highs. I believe in you. Difficult to answer. It don't matter. Just it don't matter. Whatever is worth to you is not. It's not a trick question. This is a serious question. It's not a trick question. It's not a serious. There is no price. I said diamonds because it will be unique and special. It will be It's a serious question. Serious question. Love of my life. Valdez. What's up, Valdez? When you slid up in here? When you slid up in here, Valdez? You know, Valdez, all this time I've been spelling your name wrong in my head. I've been spelling your name with a Z at the end in my head. I ain't even gonna hold you. I've been spelling your name with a Z in my head all this time. Every time I say it, I would say Valdez with a Z at the end. With a Z at the end. The question is, right? This morning, we I don't know if you was here this morning, Robinson. This morning we actually got to a point where we was reading the tape together, and I was walking through 1 minute candle saying like what I wanted to see Price do. And as Price did it, once we got to the target, I went back through and then broke down why I was saying exactly what I was saying and how it played out. Then I said, if you had opportunity to be a part of a community, a paid community where I did that every single day, and I said, hey, this is what Price is going to do. This is where you should get in. This is where you should get out. This should be your risk. You know what I'm saying? How much would that be worth to you on a monthly basis? What's up, somebody's mom? How you doing? What's up, Tranisha? That's how much would that be worth to you? Serious question. I'm being dead serious now. I know I joke a lot, but I'm being dead serious now. How much would that be worth to you? We got 8. We supposed to have at least 10. You know what I'm saying? I know Mendez said it's priceless. But just put a number out there. Put a number on your priceless, Mendez. Put a number on your priceless. It don't matter. It's just you know what I'm saying? It's a serious question. I just want to know. I still think it's a difficult answer. So I don't you priceless though. Put a number on the priceless, Lil Hawk. Lil Hawk and Mendez, them the last 2. We only need 2 more. Those are the last 2. That'll be 10 people. Because it was 10 people who said they was on. So Lil Hawk and Mendez, just put a number up there. It don't matter. I'm gonna put y'all name over here too. Uh-oh. I knocked my phone down. Look what y'all made me do. Made me knock my phone down. Lil Hawk. Lil Hawk. Mags, Mendez, and Mags. That's it. We done. Mendez. See, Mendez, you spell your name right. It's got a Z on the end. Valdez, I'll spell hers wrong. 50 die. All right, that's it with Mags. All right. Okay. I know y'all like, what is Tim doing? I want to just type that out so that I can now we're gonna blow this up big. I'm around the community. I'm around for the community, not called out. Yes, it's daily. But we already got our 10. We talked. It was 10 people who said they was here, and it was 10. We already got the 10. Now, what was the point of me asking this? Right? What was the point of me asking this? I already told you why I was asking it. Now, what was the point of me asking this? If I learn how to confidently fish, I wouldn't need it. I can't say a price because your price is your price. I'm gonna leave that on the screen right there. Somebody's mom. I'm gonna leave that on the screen right there. All right. And I want y'all to recite in your head the first sentence of that statement right there. If I learn how to confidently fish, I wouldn't need it. So, what I want, Londa, Trader Mo, Seawalk, Deborah, Hines, Rhonda, Valdez, KC, Mendez, Max, and anybody else that's willing to pay me or anybody else for a private community to have them walk through the price section and point out, this way you get in, this way you get in. Not saying that's what you want, but anybody that's willing to do that, I want you to take that money that you put on the screen right there. Right? Take that money that you put on the screen right there and take half of it and put it into your brokerage account every month. That amount that you said right there, take half of it and put it in your brokerage account every single month. And then continue to tap in here on live twice a day, right? Until you feel comfortable that you can read the price. You know what I'm saying? In a confident way, and be able to, take trades without fear of loss. Be able to take trades like with a sense of confidence, for lack of better words, that I done used 40 times, with a sense of confidence, without a fear of, am I making a mistake? Am I getting in at the right time? Am I getting, when you can come, once you perfect your model and you're, you know what I'm saying, you solidified in your mind, hey, this is my model, this fits me. If you're not live already, then go live. But the amount of money that you said you're willing to pay somebody else, just take half of it. Don't take the whole thing. Just take half of it and put it in your brokerage account every month, and start that and start planting that seed, that equity seed, so that if you're not already live, when you get ready to go live, you have you have some money there ready for you to deploy. So that was the reason why I asked that question. Right? That's the reason why I asked that question, because I am truly a firm believer that in order to be successful at this, you can learn everything you need to learn in order to be successful at this for absolutely free. You can learn it for absolutely free. Every class that I've ever paid for when it comes to trading and investing, I don't use any of that anymore. I don't use any of it. Every class, any class, course, video, tip, trick, group, anything that I've ever paid for, I don't use any of it anymore. Not a one. The only thing that I use for my trading is ICT concepts. The concepts that Michael J. Hudson gave away for free on Al Gore's internet. That's the only thing I use. Now, when it comes to just basic knowledge behind what are options, I learned that for free. When Tasty Trades had their site, I went on there. They had a little thing where you can go through and look at all these videos and you answer the questions, and they tell you, oh, you passed this level, you passed that level. Everything dealing with like what options actually are, I learned from Tasty Trade. Now their style didn't fit me because they're premium sellers, and I don't like to use margin in my accounts, so I couldn't be a premium seller. So their style of trading options didn't fit me, but I learned it for free. So everything that I use is something that I learned for free. So hey, let's make a deal. My hand to yours. Grip it, shake on it. Whatever you willing to pay me or anybody else for a community like what I described, take half of that money and put it in your brokerage account every month. We tracking. We tracking. We're tracking. Would you pay for ICT? I wanted to. I want to get into his mentorship, but by the time I found out about him, he had stopped. He had closed it down. He wasn't doing it anymore. It was like his last, I think he had started the last one like 2021, either 2020 or 2021. Yeah, it was either 2020 or 2021 when he did the last one. And I didn't find out about it until after he had stopped it. So I wanted to, but I'm thankful that he gave it away for free. I'm thankful that he gave it away for free. And he's still giving it away for free. So who was that? That's it. Practicing patience. That's it. That's it. All right, man. That's it, man. That's the reason why I was asking it, man. Now let's get to it. Let's get to it. Man, look at that gap down. Look at that gap down. Look at that. That news brought us all the way down. That news brought us down here. We coming for the sell side. We coming for the sell side. That news brought us all the way down here. Right there. All of this is the news. And then we gap down. So we come for that sell side. Yep. Now, I'll tell you what'll tick me off. If we didn't come down and take out this sell side, that would tick me off. Because that wouldn't be clean price action in my humble opinion. If we did not come down here and take out this sell side, that would just tick me off. Yep, that would tick me off. And the reason why it would tick me off is because the way we gap so far down. Since we gap this far down, right, it would just tick me off if we didn't come take this sell side right here. Right? If we didn't come take this sell side. But since we took this sell side right here, if we don't take this sell side, right, I would love to see us come back to this imbalance here and then go take that sell side. I would love to see that if we don't take it first. Now, let's get into the price action for the day. Right? Looky who stole the cookie. Looky who stole the cookie. Look at the imbalances that we pointed out. Look at the imbalances that we pointed out. Even when the news is involved, the algo is still the algo. Right? And it took me a long time to get it through my head that, hey, if we can identify what the price is going to do, why not just be in position before the news and ride the news, right? Because we're not gamblers, we're traders. Because we know where the algo, we know with a high degree of accuracy where the algo will most likely go, right? But what we don't know is the manual manipulation that comes about around news, right? So we don't know which way it's going to push it. You know what I'm saying? That's why we've come to learn that it comes and it hovers at equilibrium where it don't matter if it's good or bad, it's at fair value. So it can go either way. They can push it either way. But if you look, right, all of the PD arrays that we marked out, right, this huge imbalance right here, this one right here, it was broke down into little 15. I thought these was 5 minutes. I got 15 minutes, but for some reason I'm thinking these fives and I just didn't change the name. Because I think these 5 minutes, because I usually break it down to the 5-minute gaps, right? Instead of making one big hourly gap, I'll break it down into however many 5-minute gaps is inside that hour, right? I think I just didn't change the name of them, right? So these 5-minute gaps, and then look at the news candle, went up there, took care of all of these gaps here because we traded up during the day. We traded up to the first one there, right? We hung out around the first one. Then we traded up to the second one, then came back down, right? And then we went all the way up on the news. I'm talking about instantly. It's like on the news, we came down. I was watching it. We came like down to the low of the breaker, pushed all the way up to like go through the fair value gaps. Then we started dilly-dallying around here. We was dilly-dallying back and forth, going back and forth between like 2:30 and like 3 o'clock, right? Between 2 and 3 o'clock. And then Powell was still talking, and while Powell was talking, we was still dilly-dallying around this area here, just chopping around. So now in the afternoon, I didn't trade in the afternoon. I took a small trade in the morning, right? Because I was like, hey, I said I wasn't gonna trade this morning, but this setup is looking too good. I'm gonna put on a really, really small piece. And you know what I'm saying? I only put on one contract throughout all my accounts. And you know what I'm saying? I took the trade and I caught, and then in the afternoon, I saw two clean setups, but I didn't take either because it was chopping around a whole lot. Now the setups were clean, you know what I'm saying? But since it was chopping around so much, I was like, I'm not going to push it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave it alone. And both of them worked out, but I chose to sit it out, right? And as Powell kept talking, then we just started to melt down. And as you see, we melted all the way down, right? And right at 4 o'clock, we had came all the way down and hit. We came down and kissed the prior day low, right? We came all the way down and kissed the prior day low right there. So all of the PD arrays that we have marked out, right, they got touched throughout the day with the news. Well, I ain't gonna say throughout the day, throughout the news from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Every last one of them got touched. And then by the end of the 5 o'clock time frame, by 5 o'clock, by the end, from 4 to 5, we had got all the way down to this 4-hour fair value gap. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that finished out a daily fair value gap down there at the bottom too, if I'm not mistaken. I think we looked at that yesterday or the day before that. Let me see. Yes, it was a daily fair value gap down here, and then the 4-hour fair value gap. That's what it was. The daily fair value gap was over there, and the 4-hour fair value gap was down there. Yeah, like I had it marked right, 4-hour fair value gap. So even with the news, you see that the algo is still going to be the algo. The algo is still going to be the algo, even with the news. It hit all of the PD arrays that were pointed out and discussified. We were on live together for the morning session. So we're just going to skip to my loop. We're going to skip over here to right around the news time. We're going to go over here around the news time. So starting right here, I'm going to put a line right there. I'm going to put a line right there. And then this first wiki candle right there, that is the beginning of the news candle. That's when the news dropped, right? I was on my way back from Planet Fitness, and I had my phone up on the TradingView app on 1 minute candles, and I just watched it wick around, right? Let's put it on 1 minute candles here, right? I just watched it wick around. I said the bottom of the breaker. I misspoke. It came to the top of the breaker. So it opened up, right? It wicked down immediately, hit the top of the breaker, took off, went all the way up to the top fair value gap right there. So we were here, we opened up, wicked to the breaker, took off, went up to the fair value gap, all in one fell swoop, less than 5 seconds. It was quick. It was quick. I was sitting at the, I was like, it was 1:59, and I was like, man, I need to get caught by a light so I can look at the phone so I can see how it reacts, right? I got caught by the light, right? 2 o'clock opened up, it wicked down, it wicked up, the light turned green, I had to pull off, and so I'm driving, and I keep glancing down like this, and then it started hanging out around here a little bit, and then it opened up. Then it started melting down, and it's, just started, doing what it do. It started doing what it do, right? And so by the time I got home, we was dilly-dallying around. By the time I got home, so we was I was waiting. I was like, probably try to do something around I'm trying to do something around 2:30. I might try to take a trade around 2:30 or so. I was like, but if it gives me something, I'll try to take it. If it gives me, some kind of entry, I'll try to take that. Right. So we this was the news counter here. We wicked all the way up there, and then we came down. We bumped up under this low right here, right? And then we started to push up, right? Came back down into that fair value gap right there. Then we pushed up again, and we took out that high and created that fair value gap right there. And I was like, that's the entry right there to go up and attack at least this consequent encroachment right there. That right there is the position, but I said, I'm not going to take it because look at this right here. You see how this look right here? Chop suey, nothing but chop suey, right? But that play right there, we got a breaker right here, right? You got a breaking market structure right there. We got a fair value gap right there, right? Boop, take it there. It took you all the way up to there. This is the consequent encroachment right there, right? That was I was like, at least attack that consequent encroachment, right? That right there is the position right there. That's the consequent encroachment right there. All right. So again, we was chopping around this high, took out that low, right? We had a breaking market structure right there, left a fair value gap right there. Right. This high, took out this low. All right. Then we got breaking market structure here. Bullish breaking market structure there. Right. Giving us bullish breaker. Giving us a bullish breaker, accompanied by bullish fair value gap. Right. Right there. Boom. And to at least attack that consequent encroachment. Right. Why was that consequent encroachment the place I was looking to attack? Because this right here, right? This is a news wick. Shot up, came back down. Price has not traded up there for real. Price has not gone up there for real, right? That was a news wick. It went up there in less than 5 seconds. It went from here to there in less than it probably was less than a second. I know it was less than a second. Less than 2 seconds. It was no more than 2 seconds. So price didn't trade up there for real yet. So what's the closest low-hanging fruit from this entry point right here? That PD array right there, that consequent encroachment, right? Right. Mean threshold from, and then it came, I mean, consequent encroachment up there, it came right to consequent encroachment. So consequent encroachment, 151, 41, 51, 50, right? Institutional order flow entry drill, 4152, right? That's more than either one of them more than 5 points, right? Either one of them more than 5 points, right? There's your move right there. That's the move that I called. Just let it go, because why? It was chopping too much. I had already taken a small victory today. I'd rather leave with a small victory than to get greedy and then end up breaking even or ending with a loss on a day when I really didn't have to force it. Right. So price went up to consequent encroachment, rejected off of it. Right. Once it rejected off that consequent encroachment, I was like, okay, so we're going back down. We're going to go back down. I didn't stick around and try to call a short here because I was fixing my lunch and it was coming up on 2:30 and Powell's about to start talking. So I didn't try to stick around to call a short here, right? But once we got down here, I was waiting around this time right here. I was like, when we run this sell side out right here, if it give me like a reversal, I'm gonna be looking for a chance to go long, right? It didn't give me anything. We came down, we rejected, as you see, right? And these 1 minute candles, it came down, we rejected, as you see, and then nothing could stop me. We all the way up, right? We just came from there all the way back up and took out the buy side. Just gave me nothing. I said, okay, I see what you're doing here. We're chopping in between these areas. So once we did that, I went over here, I popped on my new week opening gaps, right? I said, okay, let's see what we got to go in zone, right? I said, let's see what we got to go in zone. I'll put on my new week opening gaps. I said, okay, let's see if the new week opening gaps are the draw, right? So I popped on my new week opening gaps. I was like, yeah, me no likey none of that, right? Me no likey none of that. So then I said, okay, the new week opening gaps aren't the draw. Then we're just hovering around equilibrium, right? We're just hovering around equilibrium. right? Because our equilibrium was, did I take it off? Look like I took it off. Look like I took it off of here. It's on my other chart over there. We're done gap down so far. Right there, 41.37.50. 41.37.50. Nope, that's not it. Is it? Was that the equilibrium? We was hanging around in this area right here. Whatever it is. This area that we had marked out right here with the when we had the buy side and sell side, that was marked out right there. Right there. See that we had a buy side, sell side, and then all these PD arrays right there. That's the area we were just hanging. I said, okay, we hanging in this area right here. Right? We're hanging in this area right here, right there. Right? So we had came all the way down, hit that sell side. When all this was the original sell side we had marked out, and then went all the way back up, took out that buy side and poked above the top. What's the name? I said, okay, that's what we're doing. So now we're going to ride it back down to the sell side. If it give me a setup, that's what I'm looking for, right? So let's go back here where we was at. Right? I was like, that's what I'm looking for. Coming back down to that original sell side down there, right? So we went up there, we came down, came all the way down. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way down, right? Came down to the low of that breaker over there, right? Pushed back up. Where do we go? Right here into that imbalance right there. Right there. That imbalance right there. Right? And then we can right. If you come over here, follow this. Follow this. Come on. Come on. Follow me. Come on. Come on. Follow. Click right there. Follow me. Follow me. Follow me. Follow me. Boop. See that little counter right there? Follow me. We're going to do it again. Follow me. Follow me. Boop. See where we went to? Follow me. Follow me. Follow me. Boop. Do you know what that candle is over there? Does anyone know what that candle is right there? Right there. You know what that candle is right there? That's that same breaker that we blew through right there on this massive run up when nothing could stop it. Remember, we was coming up like this right here. Never gave a chance to read these 1 minute candles now. Never gave a chance to retrace. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it, right? Came all the way up, took out the buy side, rejected out, started going back down. And then this time when it came back up, it stopped right there at that breaker right there. This candle right here came up, boop, stopped right at that breaker right there. And then where did it go? But again, that's the second one that I said, hey, I'm not gonna partake today. You know, I've taken it, but that is the second one right there. And why was I looking at that to be a trade? Again, when we came down here and took out this buy side, this sell side, we took off, right? Took off. Just nothing could stop price from coming down. This was just classic repricing back up. Just classic repricing. Never gave a pullback on the 1 minute candles, right? Never gave up on, I could see 5 minutes not giving pullbacks, but on the 1 minute candles, 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes in a row, never gave one single pullback until it went from sell side to buy side right there. Because this was the consequent encroachment that was targeted the first time to buy side, right? So now that we rejected off that buy side up there, right? We put you a line over there, just like that, right? We got above it, rejected down immediately, poke back up right there. Where did we fail to get to? We failed to get to consequent encroachment and rejected again. Right? Right? We went up, rejected, failed to get the consequent encroachment, rejected again. If you fail to get the consequent encroachment, it's either extremely bearish or bullish. In this case, it's bearish, right? Once we came down, we tumbling, right? Have a huge imbalance right there, right? I know what you may be thinking, Tim, it didn't give us a break in market structure. It don't need to give us a break in market structure because we're chopping right now. We're chopping, and this right here, this rejection and that rejection, failing to get to that consequent encroachment, that lends to the fact that this move is extremely bearish right now, right? So once we come down and stop at this breaker, right, and start going back up, we're not looking for a reversal. Why are we not looking for a reversal? Because we haven't taken out sell side liquidity, right? We just took out buy side liquidity and rejected off of it. So now the draw is the opposite end, right? Down here, we haven't taken out any, when we stop right there, we haven't taken out any sell side liquidity yet, right? We haven't taken out sell side liquidity. Right? So we're not worried about price going back above this buy side, right? Then and to prove that we're not worried about it, when we got right here, what did we fail to do? Right? You always want to use the benefit of hindsight to reassure yourself. What did we fail to do right there on that candle right there? We failed to take out that sell side. So we've already run buy side and we failed to take out the sell side. So it came back up again. It came back up again. It came back up again. And then it finally broke down and took out that sell side. Right? So you're not worrying about taking out that buy side anymore because you just took it out and rejected it. Right? So that's it. And we've gone through all of the PD arrays whose job is to keep price up. So now that you've come down here, you've gone through all those PD arrays whose job is to keep price up. You're not worried about that for this time period right here. You're not worried about that for this time period right here. And that is why. And that is why you're not worried about that. So that is this afternoon's price action. Those are the things that I was watching. Those are the things that I was sitting here talking through in my head while I ate my grilled turkey and cheese sandwich and ate my salad. I had grilled turkey and cheese and a salad today for lunch. That's what I ate. That's what I partook of. That is the price action recap. Hopefully I was able to share something of value, give a little insight into how I cozy up with the price action like a steamy novel. Like a steamy novel. And share. I'm here to learn and share. That was overly dramatic, even for Tim. Shout out. Pickle and peanut. Pickle and peanut. What's up, Pickle and Popcorn? You're a special individual. The finest edutainment, hands down. Well, thank you, Pickle and Popcorn, even though that's my first time seeing that name. If it's not, I jalapies. But I usually remember the pictures, those pictures right there. See them, the little, where is it? Right there. See the little, I usually remember those. And I will remember that because that has a E on it, a ugly E. And it reminds me of this garbage school in South Florida in Pompano called Ely. And I would not forget that garbage school, that E that reminds me of that garbage school with a crown on it, because there's no reason to have a crown on anything dealing with Ely. So I would remember that. But welcome. 4105 got taken, so 4068 in play overnight. Okay, then ICT, I hear you. Robinson said 4068 is overnight. Shout out Robinson with the ICT. Wait a minute. Did you get that from ICT? Don't have me give you no credit and you actually got it from ICT. Did Robinson get that from ICT? If you got that from ICT, I'm about to block you. I'm trying to act like you know something. I hope it retraces up to close the gap and possibly that breaker before it takes it out. Oh, y'all talking with each other. Can't get out of my way. How long is a breaker active? You still use it even when it's been disrespected. It depends on how it was disrespected. It depends on how it was disrespected, right? Let's say in the case of this breaker right here, right? In the case of this breaker right here, I still would count that breaker in play, right? And the reason why I still counted that breaker in play, I thought I explained this, but if I didn't, the reason why I still counted that breaker in play is because on this move right here, that was just like an algorithmic repricing move. It wasn't like true price action where it's giving and taking, giving and taking, giving and taking. And so I treated this the same way as I treated this news wick. How the news wick is just like something so quick, it's not true price action, right? I treat it like that. And so that's why I was looking at it as, hey, I'm willing to take it off the breaker with full confidence, right? Now, and as you see, like the algo was treating the breaker as an active breaker too, because it came back to mean threshold there, it came back to the high there. So the algo was still treating that as an active breaker too, because it hit it 1, 2, 3 times before dropping like it's hot. Right? 3 times before dropping like it's hot. Shout out the day trade professor. He called that the tick tick boom, right? The tick tick boom, right? On the third time, he used like trend lines and he called it the tick tick boom. Whenever he get like, that's the first tick, that's the second tick, and then on the third tick, he expect the explosive move. You're gonna get the tick tick boom, right? You're either gonna tick tick boom up or tick tick boom down, right? So he went tick tick boom. He called it a tick tick boom. But yeah. So like now that the algo has used this breaker for an actual move, right? Now that's not active to me no more. Even if price came back and respected that same area, I'm gonna be looking for something else farther to the right that the algorithm is respecting, because now that breaker has done its job as far as keeping price down. Now the only reason why I would be looking at this breaker still is if price got back above it, and I would expect that to act as support when price came back down to it, because it's done its job and we've gone down, ran out buy side. So if we came back above it, I would expect price to support on that. But that's like I ain't like on a 1 minute breaker, I ain't keeping that on the chart forever. You know what I'm saying? If it's a hourly breaker, you know what I'm saying? Like, a day or so later, if it get back above it, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll expect it to act as support or something like that. But depending on the time frame, how long I'm gonna be respecting it as support. But once it does its job, right, I ain't messing with it no more. But this violation, that's not I'm not counting that as a real violation, because remember, we're in all of this is during news time. So all of this is during news time. So all of this is just manipulation. So I'm treating it just like I was treating it just like that wick, that news wick. I appreciate your teachings. I'm starting to learn the movement of the charts. You're very welcome, Leonard, but I'm not a teacher. I'm just a guy from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, that's sharing his understanding of the concepts that Michael J. Hudson taught himself. But thank you. I'm done. What you done about? What happened? What did I miss? Your school takes out my school's garbage. Man, y'all know y'all wish y'all was like BA, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. What y'all mascot? A kitty cat? What's y'all mascot? A kitty cat? Is it a kitty cat? I think it's a kid. Is it a kitty cat? I think it's a kitty cat, man. Y'all got a little yeah, y'all got a little kitty cat up there, Ely, man. Y'all stop playing, man. Y'all stop playing. Man, I know how to read, but man, get off my live. What's up, Rose Gold? What's happening? Tell that boy to go back to Pompano somewhere and stand on the ugly corner for a minute. Talking about, what are you talking about? You don't know that about, man. Come on, man. Stop playing. Go back to Pompano and stand on the ugly corner. Man, you better stop playing with them cobras, man. What you talking about? Little kitty cat. Little kitty cat, man. Stop playing with them cobras, man. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Right. Matter of fact, Robinson probably ain't never even been on the ugly. He was in the highs. His whole all time he was growing up. He stayed in the highs. His mom made him let him go to the ugly. You ain't going out there with them hoodlums. Stayed in the highs. Up under his mama's skirt. Up under his mama's skirt. Peeling plantains and peeling plantains and cutting over ackies and saltfish. Hey, man, that's all I got, man. Do anybody got anything before we get out of here? Anything else? All right, Lil Hawk. All right, and again, all this stuff is a field. All this stuff is a field. It's like all this stuff that, you know, when I be looking at the charts, a lot of it be like feel of the price action right then. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I go back and I walk through the price action, I try to explain why I was looking for this to happen. Not just saying, hey, this, hey, that, right? Now you made me hungry. But I ain't gonna hold you. Planting, I could do saltfish a little bit, but I could not do ackee. Oh my goodness. My grandma used to cook ackee. She used to be boiling it. But I could not do ackee. I could not do it. I could not do it. Oh my goodness. It was gross. Now, planting, I could do that. I couldn't eat curry goat because my daddy got sick eating some curry goat one time. So every time I smell curry, it would just start making me nauseous. I couldn't eat curry goat. Now, jerk chicken, I go through it. You go to the little Jamaican beef patty shop that was over there in the Lauderhill Mall, get me a Jamaican beef patty and a cocoa bread and a Tahitian treat. Oh, man, you was living. You hear me? You was living. You hear me? Boy, you fed a little Jamaican beef patty that was on in the Lauderhill Mall on the end right there. Was it Lauderhill Mall? It wasn't Lakes Mall. Lauderhill Mall, yeah. Was it Lauderhill Mall or Lakes Mall? Lauderhill Mall. The Jamaican patty shop right over there. It was right over there by they made the driving license place over there was on the end down there. Say, bro, when I went to my dad's funeral, just falling off. It was. And my grandma had them. She had an ackee tree in her backyard, and they used to bust open. Yeah, the Lauderhill Mall. The Lauderhill Charlie's. That's it. Then the ackee used to bust open, and when the ackee bust open, we had to go out there and get them for her. She was like, when them ackees bust open, go get them. And we used to take the little black seeds out of the ackee and throw them at each other. Hey, man, I'm going back down memory lane. Hey. What I was trying to say? I don't know. I lost my train of thought. Anyway, man, y'all know what the lit read, man. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can say today. If your loved ones are still with us, if you're blessed enough to still have your loved ones with us, especially your parents, reach out to them. Let them know, man, you love them. If your mom's still living, your dad still living, let them know, man. Ain't nobody promised tomorrow. Not you, not them, not nobody. That tomorrow that don't come might be yours. So take advantage of the day, man. Let your loved ones know that you love them, right? Open up the lines of communication so that you know how to speak in the love language that they need, and they know how to speak in the love language that you need. Ain't nothing worse than trying to express your love for somebody and they not receiving it because you're not speaking their love language. Open up the lines of communication. We do that so many times. We don't talk to each other. We just hold stuff in, hold stuff in, hold stuff in. Nobody can read our mind. We have to verbalize the need. Don't be afraid. It will work out. Trust me. I used to not speak on things. And then when I started opening my mouth, oh my goodness. It's like Jesus had opened up a window in heaven and poured out a blessing. If a closed mouth don't get fed. So take advantage, man. If you got grown kids like me, call them up. Say, hey, how you doing? Speaking of, I need to call. I talked to my youngest daughter. I haven't talked to my oldest daughter in a while now. We text, but we haven't talked. I need to call her. I will do that when I get off this live. Go in another room. Hug your spouse. Hug your kids. Let them know that you love them. Now, if personal touch is not their love language, don't do the hugging part. You're just going to irritate them. But express your love, should I say. Hug the dog. Hug the cat. Tickle the gerbil. I think the turtle pooped where he shouldn't have pooped. So you can thump the turtle tonight. I give you permission to thump the turtle. Yes. Oh, the what's name still there? Charlie's still there? Man, that thing, man. Yeah, that's what she always say. You gotta wait till they bust open so that poison drop out. You know what I'm saying? I think Big Jim had got hooked to Ackee before it bust open because my Uncle BB had a dog named Big Jim. I think Big Jim got hooked to Ackee before it bust open because Big Jim just went to acting weird one day and we didn't know what was wrong with him. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, man. Woo, they're like right in my face. I'll see y'all in the morning, man. Hopefully I shared something that was helpful to somebody. If I didn't, I'll try again tomorrow. I promise. I will. I'll try again tomorrow. Until then, enjoy your families. Enjoy your dinner, whatever you're going to eat. Give yourself a brain break from the market. Start again fresh tomorrow. I'll see y'all at 9. Chris got a concert tomorrow. Right. And so we're going to do the other part of the option. Remember I told you like the options class, I forgot to talk about expiration dates, and that's really important. So we're going to finish up the option stuff. I'm going to go back and look at the video tomorrow. Since Chris got a concert tomorrow night, I'm going to look at the video tomorrow night so it'll be fresh in my mind. And then Friday evening at 6 o'clock, we're going to finish up the option stuff, and I'm going to touch on the stuff that I left out and anything that I need to tighten up on, because the last time I just did it like off the cuff, and you know what I'm saying, you all said it gave value, but I want to make sure to tighten it up. I want to make sure to tighten it up. So we're gonna do it Friday because Chris got a concert. He said avocado equals pear. I ain't gonna hold you. Them avocados be swinging now. Them avocados be swinging now. I ain't gonna hold you. I told you. I told you. I said, do yourself a favor. That Amish potato salad at Walmart, swinging for the fences. Swinging for the fences. All right. I'll see y'all in the morning, man. Same bat time, same bat channel. If you don't know the bat time, it's 9 o'clock. If you don't know the channel, it's this channel. I'll see y'all, man. Gone.